Co-stars? Sure. Friends? Not even close. E.T. has learned there has definitely been tension between Snow White leading ladies Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, and they're, quote, not close by any means.
Mirror, wall-mounted mirror. Which Snow White characters aren't even friends? Indeed, the animosity between Snow White co-stars Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler has gotten worse since the film's Disastrous premiere, which made it the worst Disney live-action movie ever, and causing the two actresses to become so estranged from one another that they allegedly no longer communicate at all. Come along with me today as we explore the origins of this feud and the reasons behind Rachel Zegler's difficulty making friends in Hollywood.
Rachel Zegler is not doing anything to silence all of those reports, rumors, and online chatter that she and Gal Gadot are beefing. Yes, beefing.
At this point, the fallout from the terrible Snow White premiere only gets worse. You see, Disney reportedly anticipated that Snow White would earn $100 million on its first weekend of release, despite all the negative publicity and drama surrounding the film's premiere. However, with only 87.3 million copies, the film fell well short of that goal. In addition, the film received incredibly negative reviews, ranking among the worst reviewed Disney live-action remakes ever.
That means Snow White is destined to be one of the biggest bombs in Disney history.
Numerous people could cite various reasons for the poor performance of this film, but one name consistently comes up, and that is Rachel Zegler. During the film's production, Rachel was embroiled in a number of dramas, the most prominent of which was her highly visible feud with co-star Gal Gadot. People were excited when it was first revealed that Rachel, one of the most well-known up-and-coming Hollywood actors, and Gal Gadot, who is a freaking Wonder Woman, would be working together on this remake. This film appeared to have all the elements necessary to rank among the largest live-action remakes ever made. Some even predicted that its box office receipts would surpass those of the 1937 original. That is, until Rachel Zegler began discussing the film. Even though it's said that bad publicity doesn't exist, Rachel Zegler was the one who made sure this film would fail. Many people thought she was too good for the role and believed she was the Snow White Messiah during the press tour. She literally used every opportunity she had to disparage the original film, claiming it was out of date. Let's be honest, we all know she was keeping her thoughts to herself. As you can see, Snow White has played a significant role in Disney for more than 80 years. The first film essentially altered the company's trajectory. The original film remains the highest-grossing animated film ever made, so Rachel's insult wasn't going to sit well with the public. To make matters worse, Rachel started a feud with Gal Gadot during one of her frequent online outbursts. You see, in a post related to the Snow White trailer from August 2024, Zegler expressed her support for Palestine on X. As everyone knows, politics is a contentious and powerful subject, and this instance was no exception. Gal Gadot has previously expressed her support for Israel during the Israel-Palestine conflict and served in the Israeli Defense Forces under the nation's mandatory military service laws. This didn't go over well behind the scenes, surprise, surprise. That Zegler tweet sent a shockwave through Disney, leaving many involved in the film's production utterly perplexed as to why Rachel chose to use the film's promotion to make such a powerful political statement. Mark Platt, the film's producer, flew to New York to talk to Rachel directly because things were so bad that Disney executives were blowing up her phone. At this point, Rachel's relationship with the Disney executives and producers was at an all-time low because she had been disparaging their film for almost 2 years. However, they were practically stuck with her because they had already spent so much money on the film's production and promotion, and she wasn't making things easy for them. In any case, after Gal began receiving death threats due to her Israeli heritage, the fallout from Rachel's tweets started to get out of control. Disney had to hire more security for Gal because they got so bad. An insider claims that Rachel Zegler made matters worse by appearing to be unaware of the consequences of her tweet. She was unaware of the consequences of her actions and what they meant for Gal, the movie, and everyone else.
Well, seems like Rachel Zegler's heart is shady. Or perhaps she doesn't give an F. To celebrate the film's release, she took to social media and shared this post with 13 pictures from the making of the movie. A lot of folks that helped bring Snow White to the big screen. Noticeably absent and not included in this carousel of 13 pictures? You guessed it, her co-star Gal Gadot.
The two co-stars' relationship simply continued to deteriorate with every day after that. Disney found this to be very challenging because they needed the two of them to promote the film, but when they did, it was obvious that they had nothing in common. The two appeared to go out of their way to avoid one another even during the film's premiere, and Gal Gadot didn't even appear in Spain for the film's European premiere.
Spent a whopping $270 million on the film. The studio opted for a small LA premiere, held Saturday in the middle of the day with limited press. Zegler greeted children dressed as Snow White. She was not at Disneyland on Sunday, where Gal Gadot promoted the film, surrounded by children dressed as her character, the Evil Queen.
They have nothing in common because of their vast age difference and the fact that Rachel is an aspiring actress and Gal is a mother of 4. Another source who spoke to People magazine provided an inside look at how strange things were between the two co-stars, and the movie they had was a complete bust. Although she enjoyed filming the movie drama, Gal is irritated by it. Although they are not friends, she got along well with Rachel. They have nothing in common, they just worked together to complete a task. And another source claims that Gal did not agree. Regarding such remarks, Rachel, Gal Gadot, and Zegler don't agree. She simply doesn't understand that you shouldn't criticize and create drama for a project you agreed to complete. And they weren't mistaken, because despite the drama surrounding the Gal Gadot-Rachel continued to make things harder for Disney employees. She also started arguing with Trump and his followers amid all the drama with the gal. Rachel went completely crazy on Instagram, made Trump supporters, Trump voters, and Trump himself never know peace, she wrote in one post. She didn't stop there, though. Sis launched into a full-fledged tirade, accusing Trump supporters of having a serious illness and shaming them for holding on to a fictitious sense of security, masculinity, intelligence, patriotism, and humanity. She concluded by giving Donald Trump a loud F, which was the cherry on top. As you are already aware, the internet went crazy after that. The horde gathered around her, demanding that Disney remove her from the upcoming Snow White movie and threatening to boycott it if they didn't. Because Rachel was essentially telling half of their potential audience not to even bother coming to see their movie, Disney had had enough of her and was unsure of what to do with her. Since Rachel was seriously undermining them, they even flew out the film producer once more so he could speak with her one-on-one and help her get under control. Following a series of back and forths, Disney sought the help of a social media expert in an attempt to control Rachel. Following that, Rachel apologized, saying, "Hello everyone, I want to genuinely apologize for the Instagram post I made about the election last week. I allowed my feelings to control me. We are getting farther and farther away from peace and understanding because of hatred and rage, and I apologize for adding to the negative conversation. I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, even when it differs from mine." And she added, adding that this week has been emotional for so many of us. "I'm determined to make a constructive contribution to a brighter future."
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
At this point, nobody wants to collaborate with Rachel anymore. It's not surprising that she was rumored to be searching for a friend in Hollywood, as many people view her as too dangerous. Even worse, many people no longer sympathize with her because they believe she is a conceited diva. Just look at some of these people's responses. Since you get what you give in this world, I don't find it surprising that she can't make friends. She is vacuous and pick-acting, entitled already, and an unknown who is not a good bet for future roles. She may go on the road to supposedly promote the movie, only to ruin it, like Snow White, after tens of millions of dollars were spent on making it. How annoying is she? Please make a note to yourself that if I start making movies, I will never hire this woman or the casting director who got her the role for Snow White. In this industry, all I really want is a sister. Hollywood is a business, so go to work and do your job. You find sisters with your friends and family, not with your coworkers, because you have this strange notion that every woman you work with should want to be your big sister. Gigi, a grown woman with 4 kids and a husband and family, shouldn't have to do anything more than be professional with you. What are your thoughts? Do you believe that Disney will give in to pressure and sever ties with Rachel, or was she just expressing her opinions? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Goodbye until the next time.